I'm here today at Leeds Bradford to take Flybe's very first flight out of Leeds Bradford since they relaunched in April 2022. When the airline relaunched, they announced that they would be reinstating the link between Leeds Bradford and London Heathrow, providing up to 3 flights every day. When I first arrived at Leeds, I headed to the check-in desks to get a boarding pass for today's flight. The airline also does offer online check-in. The size of the queue for security today here at Leeds was absolutely ridiculous. It spanned the entire check-in hall, looping back round to check-in hall B. We joined the security queue around an hour and 45 minutes before departure, which was only the time at which the check-in desks opened. This here was the back of the queue, which was near check-in hall B and near the international arrivals. As you can see, there's quite a large queue and it's quite a way to the front from here. The queue moved really slowly, and it took us just under an hour to reach even the entrance to the security. Once we reached the security check, it was pretty obvious why the queues were so big. There was only 2 lanes open for the hundreds of people using the airport this morning. I understand it's a really difficult time for airports, as they're all particularly understaffed, with a lot of flights heading abroad for the first time since the COVID pandemic started 2 years ago. I think it's more annoying when you're only taking a quick flight down to the likes of London Heathrow, where you queue for longer in the security than the actual flight takes. Anyway, once we were through security, we headed down to the gate where the flight was already being called for final boarding. It's so nice to see a Flybe branded aircraft back on the ground at Leeds Bradford today. This 15-year-old Dash 8 Q400 series aircraft will be taking us down to London Heathrow. This aircraft was first delivered to the original Flybe in June 2007 and was operated with Brussels Airlines as well. The first thing I noticed when I boarded the aircraft was how smart it was inside. Although the aircraft carries the original Flybe seats, it seems that the new Flybe have given the aircraft a really thorough clean before bringing it back into commercial service.
Come on board your Flybe flight shortly departing to London Heathrow. Please place all cabin baggage either in the overhead lockers or underneath the seat in front of you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, all personal items must be placed in the overhead locker, as the floor area around you must be completely clear for takeoff and landing.
Very good morning, folks. Warm welcome on board your Flybe service BE751 to London Heathrow. My name's Ed Pomfret. It's my pleasure to be your captain today. Joining me on the flight deck, I've got Captain Anthony Fitzmaurice and Captain Paul Dawson taking good care of you in the cabin. Cabin manager today is Mimi, and she's ably assisted by Kat. We're delighted to welcome you on board this inaugural service today, not just part of the gradual return of Flybe, but also the reinstatement of the link between Leeds and London Heathrow. It's been a couple of years since the last one, and we do hope you appreciate the service today. We're expecting a short flight, 50 minutes on paper down to Heathrow. We are just running a couple of minutes behind. We are waiting on one final piece of paperwork. As soon as that arrives, we'll be underway. We'll get back to you later on with the updated time of arrival and the latest weather. In the meantime, I do hope you enjoy the new service today and in the future. Thank you for choosing Flybe. I'd like to wish you all a very pleasant flight.
Good morning, everyone, and you are all very welcome on board this Bombardier Dash 8400 aircraft departing to London Heathrow.
We pushed back and taxied out to runway 32 today. Due to today's light load, the pilot was able to conduct an intersection departures today, which was pretty exciting. Considering Leeds has such a short runway, these are fairly rare. Today we make a left out of Leeds, heading over Manchester, Birmingham, before joining the hold and arriving into London Heathrow. Although similar to the old Flybe cabin, the new cabin looks really smart. Being 6 foot, I sometimes find that the legroom on board regional carriers can be quite tight. However, the legroom that the seats on board this aircraft offered was really good. In each seat area you'll find a tray table, which is fixed and isn't adjustable, but there is a small area to hold a drink. The seat pocket provided reasonable space for the short duration of today's flight and contained a safety card, as well as a waste bag. Each passenger has a read-in light and a fresh air vent as well. As part of the rebranding, Flybe are now offering a complimentary in-flight service, which consisted of a hot drink or cold drink along with a snack. Today's flight was quiet, only 17 passengers were on board. The loads, however, are looking really promising as this route continues going forward. The new Flybe website is really easy to use. You simply select the route you'd like to fly on and select the dates alongside it. Once you've done this, you're presented with a wide range of booking options: the Flybe Lite package, the Flybe Smart package and the Flybe Plus package. Each of these packages come with a variety of different benefits. For example, the Flybe Lite package comes with only hand luggage, where the Flybe Smart package and Plus package both come with extra luggage allowances. Once you've inputted the passenger data, you can also choose to add on extra seats, extra luggage, a valet bag, and special assistance. The washroom was really clean, although it was quite compact and there wasn't a lot of space to move around. There's just one toilet on board this aircraft, which is located towards the front of the aircraft. Since the flight, a very kind lady from Flybe contacted me to say that there were these goodie bags available. As far as I'm aware, these goodie bags were supposed to arrive before the inaugural flight this morning. As with a lot of things, their delivery got delayed, so the lady kindly offered to send me one in the post, which I'm very grateful for. It's an absolutely brilliant souvenir of the day, especially for aviation fans like myself.
Morning everyone, for the flight deck. We're just leaving a small holding pattern that we've had to take up just north of Heathrow. We expect it to be landing in around about 10 minutes time. As you can see, weather's not too much different from Leeds. Relatively clear skies, temperature on the ground at 5 degrees. That little holder's put us behind just a wee bit, so we should be on stand around about 5 past the hour, maybe 10 past the hour, so not too far behind our schedule arrival time. Hope you've enjoyed this inaugural service from Leeds to Heathrow with us. It's good to have you all back on board, and we hope to see you again soon in the future. Captain Q, please prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
return to your allocated seats and ensure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. Please ensure tray tables are stowed away and armrests are down. All portable electronic devices must remain in the flight mode. Larger devices such as laptops must now be turned off and stowed away for landing.
The captain soon switched the seatbelt sign on in preparation for our arrival into London Heathrow today. We had to make a couple of loops around the hall before being allowed to join the arriving traffic.
seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt signs have been switched on. Before leaving us today, please ensure you have all items and cabin baggage, check in your seat pocket, the overhead lockers and also the area around your seat. On behalf of Captain Profit and the crew, we hope that you have enjoyed your flight with us today and we look forward to welcoming you aboard again soon.
We ended up waiting around 10 to 15 minutes for a bus to arrive to take us to the terminal building, as we were parked on a remote stand today. This is the first time I've ever used a remote stand at Heathrow. It was quite impressive to disembark next to a Singapore Airlines A380. The size difference is absolutely insane. The bus ride from this remote stand took around 5 minutes back to the terminal building. We arrived into Terminal 2 today, which was a nice change from arriving into Terminal 3 or Terminal 5, which I've only done previously. Heathrow was also looking a little bit busier than the last time I passed through, which is always really great to see, especially after the last few years. So I've got to say I really enjoyed my flight with the new Flybe today. I really hope that the routes prove to be successful and that the airline can turn things around from a few years ago.
The last few years it's not too bad.
Flybe played a massive part in UK regional connectivity and connected those remote areas with the larger towns and cities. I wish the new airline every success going forward, and I look forward to seeing the new routes that they have to offer in the future and hope to fly with the airline again soon. Finally, thanks for joining me on this trip today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.